The first hour of the experience is brought to you by Lads for your zero-turn mower and golf car needs. Now, here are your hosts, Peter and CJ.
Whoa! Yeah! Man! It is Friday! We are so close to the weekend. We are so close to the free agency weekend. We are so close to me being off for the next week. Arr? Arr? That's right. That's right, gentlemen. It's my last show for the week, or for the next week or so.
Oh my God.
However many days that is. When I return, who knows what will happen? Who knows who will be on what teams and how this whole thing will play out? Very excited to find out, but I'll be finding out from afar. Just so you know. Interesting.
That's exciting.
Ooh.
That's exciting.
Ooh, right?
So excited.
Yeah,
so ready
look
for
at
you
you
to leave.
Look at you.
Let's hurry up and end
Look
this.
at
Get out of here.
Welcome to the experience. And hey, not yet.
Not yet.
You got 3 more
Okay.
hours of me, big boy.
I hope I can make it.
You got 3 more hours.
I hope I can
I
make it.
think you can do it. We'll find out. Welcome in. I am Peter. He's CJ. I am whole milk. He is chocolate milk. 2% on the other side of the glass. The Dairy Boys bringing it to you.
People really want to be in the Dairy Boys.
I know.
I don't know what to tell them.
I mean, they can be fans of the Dairy Boys.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. I'm trying to think what other slots we got really available.
We still got skim.
Almond milk is taken. Skim
soy,
milk is, we need soy milk, I guess.
cashew, goat.
Come on.
Goat milk. Buttermilk is still out there. Isn't a White Russian like alcoholic milk? Got that out there.
White Russian?
Yeah.
That's not, I wouldn't. The stretching it says milk, but okay. I suppose there's the dairy based. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
I could maybe, but listen, the Dairy Boys really, let's just focus on the core Dairy Boys. That's us.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Don't start expanding this thing out.
Okay.
If we have specific reasons why we need to expand, for example, if LeBron James wants to be part of the Dairy Boys, he can be goat. He can be goat milk. 'Cause he's goat. That's fine. But otherwise, we're not just, out here extending you, but you can be a fan of the Dairy Boys.
Yes.
We can get that Dairy Boys merch to you. No problem.
Yeah. Let's make that happen.
Dairy Boys tank tops. Dairy Boys.
Speedos. It's
Yeah.
summertime.
That's
Get them
right.
out there
That's
so
right.
they can swim.
That's right.
Speedos.
Dairy Boys Speedos with "I'm a Dairy Boy" written on the butt.
Yes.
I think if you walk around,
Just Dairy Boy
Just
on the butt.
Dairy-
Just Dairy Boy. He got that Dairy Boy booty. Never misses glute day.
we need to have some Dairy Girls though.
Do we?
I think so.
There were Commodores. There were no Commagals. Like there's like,
I don't think Commodore is a specifically male thing.
no, but the group was the Commodores. They didn't have a female version
They
of
weren't
that
the
group.
comma dudes. No,
Yeah.
but I'm saying if we're expanding this thing out, if you're going to have soy milk and all this stuff, we need to make sure we expand out and get, Dairy Girls as well.
So we're just the Dairy Posse, the
Yeah.
Dairy Crew.
I mean, like
Cash Money has Nicki Minaj. I mean,
like you got this Speedo with like Dairy Boy on the butt. Are women going to walk around with Dairy Boy on their? I don't think so. They're going to have to.
they might.
They might like. I like the Dairy Boys. Something to that effect.
They might.
Eh.
Dairy Boys with an apostrophe after the S.
Yeah. The Dairy Boys, but not Dairy Boy. That's the key.
Yeah, no, it wouldn't be Dairy Boy. It would be Dairy Boys for
Yeah.
them with apostrophe on the S.
All right. Well, so that's our women's line. We'll work on.
Yes.
All these obviously these are things to come. We're gonna get the merch people. We'll figure this thing out. It is Friday, as I mentioned, and a very important Friday because obviously, as I said, Sunday is when free agency kicks into high gear in the NBA. It's gonna be wild. There's already tons of stuff, huge happenings for the Lakers, who apparently are having something of the last laugh on a lot of people that thought they were dumb. Turns out y'all are dumb. Yeah, that's right. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. We'll talk about what's going to happen for the Grizzlies over the next little bit. We're also going to Welcome back to the program, Adam Kramer. 8 o'clock, the Crane game. We're gonna play the Crane game at 8 o'clock.
Oh, I like that.
Kramer's been out for the last couple of weeks because his wife has given birth to their third child, and all is well.
Good.
All is well. Everybody's doing great. So he's back and ready to roll. So he's excited about jumping back on 8 o'clock. We'll do that we normally do with Kramer. And then 9 o'clock, the one and only DC.
Lil Convey Yo.
And that nomenclature will continue next year because Convey is going to be part of the gig next year too.
Okay.
So Lil Convey Yo is going to have a lucrative career in front of him. And we're going to have him on at 9 o'clock. We're going to have presidential candidate Marianne Williamson coming on at 9:30. All right, that's not true. We're not gonna. But we should. I'd love to talk to her. She is
girlfriend.
Something wild.
You're on. Wait, what?
She is.
What are you talking about?
She is a certified moonflower. She is
hip something.
Oh wait, that's we'll talk about that in a second. Here, let me give you the rundown.
We have to.
Yes, we're lots of times. Talking about that. 67129 on the text line. If you want to get it on the First Bank text line, that's the way to do it. 67129. Make sure you join the text team first. That's an honorary part of the Dairy Boys is the text team. 67129. Make sure you do that by texting 56 join to 67129. 56 join to 67129. Do it once. That's all you need to do, and then you're good to go. Knock it out. You can also dial up 360-8255 901 360-8255. If you want to get in on the First Bank phone lines, you can absolutely do that. We would love to hear from each and every one of you. You can check us out on the Facebook. We are streaming live on the Twitter. How do we look on the Facebook?
We look good. We look good. They changed up the look on the Facebook.
Who did?
They did.
Facebook people?
I don't know, but the people.
Somebody did?
Somebody did. So we used to be on screens that touched. Now we got our own separate boxes.
Oh.
With this beautiful blue background behind us. So yeah, that's going on. Don't forget to go to Twitter and vote. Let them know that you like me singing.
Are we still? I thought we pretty well established that no one wanted.
No, we didn't. You still got 53 minutes of voting that on the Sports 56 Twitter account, Sports 56 WHBQ.
I don't think you're gonna win this one, man.
I think so. I don't think
it's gonna happen.
We got a late surge. Coming in.
I don't think that's gonna happen, my friend. I really don't. So anyway, that's all the information that you need today. I told you yesterday we're gonna have some storms and all that stuff, and I think we are gonna have some. We had some storms. We did.
Mm-hmm.
The storms came rolling through. They were intense. They were strong.
Yes.
Powerful.
Yes.
Scary.
Nasty, certainly. And I'll tell you that today there is the possibility that could also be the case. Not as strong a possibility as yesterday. Okay.
But it is out there. So don't be shocked if you're driving around and all of a sudden it starts to rain and storm. You'll say, hey, Peter told me it could happen. So I'm not shocked.
Okay.
That's what you'll say. And I'm glad that you will. So we've got that going for us. Max, Go if you would go to my Twitter feed and there's the little sound clip at the very front, little video I want you to play because last night we had the round 2 of the Democratic presidential debate with 10 more people. It's not even all the candidates, by the way. Both there's 4 more that didn't even make the debate. So I don't know. I think at that point you would just certainly quit out of shame if you can't make a 20-person debate field.
People just trying to make a name for themselves so they can be the next pundit on one of these 24-hour networks. That's what it is at this point.
That's all it ever is. But these people are, woo! We are in the looking glass here, folks.
Man,
you see? Did you get it? Play the this is listen to Marianne last night. This is the end of it.
And who is she?
I don't know, but she's apparently a presidential.
No, she's candidate. Not. She's just up on stage. But whatever. Play this. Got it.
This was I never expected to hear this at any point in a debate.
I want you to hear me, please. You have harnessed fear for political purposes, and only love can cast that out. So sir, I have a feeling you know what you're doing. I'm going to harness love for political purposes. I will meet you on that field, and sir, love will win.
Boom! Yeah!
What type of flower child nonsense is this?
Love harness. That's what we're doing.
She sounds like a Wicked. She sounds like she's about to put a spell on somebody.
No, she sounds wicked. You're right. I agree.
I didn't say wicked. Wicked.
She sounds wicked.
She sounds
wicked also.
No. And what would it's not going to be that type of day either, Peter.
It's that type of day.
I thought you were going to play the clip about New Zealand.
No, I don't have that clip. If I had that clip, I'd play it. I'd play all of her clips.
No.
She was a certified fruitcake, and I love it.
Man.
I can't get enough of this. It's like your weirdo aunt who's got like crystals and such. And
who the hell is she?
She's going to tell your fortune. Is what she's going to do.
Like
She doesn't like your energies, my friend. She gotta get that energy. We got to get the.
Gotta align the chakras.
That's right. The chakras are very important in this.
You think she's got a third eye?
Are you kidding me? She got 6, 7 eyes. Third eyes, nothing. She's all over the place.
Gosh, like what? What are we? What is happening?
I used that thing to. That was my tweet. Was that sound clip was what Rob Pelinka told Magic Johnson. You've been trying to harness evil against me, but I'm just gonna. Especially after yesterday. The Lakers getting a little something done here. They did a little sneaky Pete, little around the back door, little dipsy doodle, and got 3 guys. Mo Wagner, your boy from Michigan.
Yep.
Isaac Bonga.
Yeah.
The youngest draft pick last year, although again, he is African, and some folks have questioned how young he really is, but allegedly he is the youngest player, younger even than Jaren Jackson Jr. He goes to Washington, as does Jamario Jones, a player that I cannot even picture in my mind. An NBA player that just can't even
doesn't register.
Just
it would be nice to put a name with the face one day.
It would be. Does it register with you?
No.
No. Doesn't register. Someday he might. Anyway, he's so the deal that they traded those 3 guys into trade exceptions that Washington has. Washington needs players on the roster, cheap players. They don't have very many, and they got some issues potentially coming up. They got John Wall's contract kicks in, which is not helpful at this point. So they need cheap talent, and this is a good way to do it. The Lakers, meanwhile, needed to do that. And then here's the other thing that's very interesting. In concert with that, word on the street is that Anthony Davis is going to waive his $4.1 million that he's owed as a trade kicker. The trade kicker would normally be paid by the team that trades him. That's a lot of players have negotiated trade kickers into their contracts. You can do that up to 15% of your contract. Marc Gasol had one. Many, if not all, veteran contracts tend to have trade kickers involved. So he is waiving this, which is to say he is personally giving up $4.1 million of money that would just be handed to him in a check. There's no delay. There's nothing. They're owed, and you pay it. He's giving that up in order to facilitate the attempt for the Lakers to get a max free agent. So by him doing that, because that 4.1 would be charged to the Lakers cap. So if that 4.1 were on there, that would take them away from being able to get max money. But if you combine getting those 3 players, giving them away for essentially nothing, they give away a 2nd round pick as well. So just take that money. And also he waives that 4.1. That means now they can get to the roughly 32-ish slot that you would need to get a max contract for a guy like Kawhi Leonard or Kyrie Irving or Jimmy Butler or
D'Angelo,
Jonas Valanciunas, or
DeLon
Wright. Because I think those are all the guys that you're
Tyler Dorsey, maybe?
Tyler Dorsey, yeah. He can definitely
for that much.
Okay. Yeah, he could do that.
All right.
No question about it. So that's kind of it's a very interesting turn of events. So here's my question. Okay, now the Rich Paul, he's a Rich Paul client, Anthony Davis, Clutch Sports.
Yes,
Clutch is not known for giving up money,
nor should they be known for that. That kind of is counterproductive for them.
Well, some agents are more sticklers for stuff than others. You know what I mean? With some agencies, you've seen players take a little less than the max that they could get in order to facilitate things. I mean, you saw Klay Thompson has done that with Nick Batum did that when he signed his contract with the Hornets. Lots of guys have done that. So, some people are easier to work with than others, but Clutch is typically, LeBron is taking the max every time. He isn't taking a discount. So Anthony Davis, as a Clutch client, is an unusual behavior for Clutch to give up this sort of thing.
Yes.
And, it just occurs to me that LeBron's got, some movie deals going, Space Jam 2 and whatnot.
Well, funny you should mention that. I heard that Anthony Davis was doing such a great job acting on the set of Space Jam 2. They decided to give him a $4.1 million raise.
Yeah, I heard it was like $6 million. Oh, yeah. It's just funny how these things sort of work out in concert.
Yes.
It's interesting how some money is not here and then some other money is. Listen, I don't begrudge anyone anything. People have taken less for other reasons and all that stuff. Generally, it's not quite as obvious how you could recoup that money outside of the bounds of the salary cap. And B, it's not a Rich Paul Clutch Sports situation. They do not have a history of doing this. So if you want to say that the fix is in, or if you want to be a Laker hater, I endorse that at this point.
Yes.
Feel free to go ahead and do that.
And that not even hating. That is obvious. It was obvious. Like, the Lakers going to need him to waive $4.1 million. Like, yeah, he's going to waive that $4.1 million. He's going to waive it. And LeBron and Clutch Sports, Clutch Entertainment, whatever they are, they're going to look out for him. He's going to get that back and then some. And lo and behold, guess who's on the Space Jam 2 cast? Anthony Davis. Making all of the money that he should have made via this trade. Like that's what happens. We talked about it with Kawhi and the Clippers' pursuit of Kawhi, how they were going to try and at the time get that claw logo and give it to him. Right? You got to find ways to operate outside of the cap, right? Outside of what you can give via the rules. You got to find a way to operate outside of that.
Now let me just say this to be very clear. What we have insinuated with regard to money outside of the cap is illegal.
Is it
against the? Yes, it is absolutely. It is prohibited specifically in the CBA. Yes.
Oh, then somebody's got to do an investigation. What's the NCAA at? Investigate this.
Yeah. Well, no, it is specifically said that the player cannot be compensated. Now, again, here's how you buy the team.
Well,
or with the, there's a phrasing here. I have to look it up exactly, but I've read the specific part of the CBA because that's the kind of guy I am. Where you cannot defer or hide. This is in fact what got Minnesota had lost 3 first-round picks in the mid-90s because they did this with Joe Smith, where they tried to slip a little money or defer, or they had a prearranged agreement with him for like later on we're going to kick some more money in and all. You can't do that. Can't do that. That's tampering. Now people do stuff all the time that is tampering, and we just don't talk about it. Again, like technically, none of these teams are supposed to have any contact with any of these players until Sunday at 5:00.
Right.
Not any contact at all. But when Sunday 5:00 rolls around, there will be deals that will already be in the books. Now, how would that happen were you not to discuss? It's silly. How are teams, quote unquote, in the lead for certain players if they're not supposed to be talking to anybody? Come on. We're all grown-ups here. They're tampering to some extent, or these sorts of discussions or whatever. They're all allowed with a wink and a nod, and no one's going to get too upset about it. However, this is a little more egregious if that were the case. If indeed they were okay with saying, okay, yeah, you waive this 4.1, but we're going to give you a little extra. We'll figure out a way to do it on the side here, or whatever. Dallas has skirted that a little bit with Dirk. And because Dirk took discounts late in his career, and now Dirk is going to be the, director of something for the Mavericks, and probably going to make Probably a little more than you might expect for a role like that.
A director of something typically gets.
Yeah,
I can see that.
So, there's ways to kind of maneuver around this stuff, but this is pretty blatant. And, it is prohibited. You cannot compensate a player outside of for doing something for the team. Like, this is where it gets kind of,
this is where it gets murky. Like,
am I paying you $6 million to be in a movie? Okay, yeah. But you just so happen that you did this for my guy's producing the movie, and it's very, I don't know.
I think I don't think
you could prove it.
No,
this is
they're not going to get in trouble for it.
No.
But no, that is exactly how they're able to do it, though. It is. I'm not giving it to them. The Lakers organization. I'm not giving it to them. LeBron's not giving it to him. The movie that LeBron happens to be the producer of and is starring in is paying him this money. Like, hey, he's just that great actor. Get him up on stage for the Academy, man. Let him accept that award.
I mean, it's just it's just how it is, the point is that the Lakers now all of a sudden are back in the mix. They have their opportunity. They have their chance to go and get whoever it may be. Will it be Kawhi? Will it be Kyrie? Will it be KD? Will it be Klay Thompson? Will it be Jimmy Butler? Will it be Tyler Dorsey? I don't know. But
my money's on Dorsey.
Okay.
I think Dorsey with LeBron and them is a good fit.
They have the big three.
Yes.
Dorsey, LeBron, AD.
Big two. Dorsey, AD, and then LeBron towards the end of his career.
Boy.
The big two.
That's
LeBron got another 2 or 3 years.
That's tough right there. Let's take a break. We'll come back. Just getting started here on this Friday. Got some, as always, there's some little breaking news or breaking rumor at this point. I think is the best way to describe this. So we'll do that when we return. This hour brought to you by our friends at Lads. LadsOnline.com. Go see them just off of Witten Road at I-40. Witten, you'll see it right on the interstate. You cannot miss it. Got great zero-turn mowers, club cars available, both new and pre-owned. Can be customized for you. It is your spot outside. It will make your outdoor life a lot more fun. You can up your life with Lads. They bring in this hour of the program back after this. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Check out Dave Voloshin and Brett Norsworthy with Sports Time. Weekdays from 3 till 6 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
A dear friend of mine, Maxie Dunham, tells the story of two small boys who went into the dentist office one day and waited for the dentist to get through with his appointment. When he came into the waiting room, the older of the two boys spoke up. Doctor, I want the tooth taken out, and I don't want any gas, and I don't want it to be deadened because we're in a hurry. The doctor smiled and said, well, you're quite a brave young man. You want a tooth pulled, and you don't want any gas, and you don't want any numbing medicine? And the little boy said, that's right, because we're in a hurry. Well, okay, said the dentist, but tell me, which tooth is it? And the little boy turned to his smaller friend and said, show him your tooth, Albert. The world is full of people like that, isn't it? People who want to see things happen and get things done, but who want someone else to pay the real price and to suffer the consequences. That's not the way it works. We're in this together. We have to get into the dentist chair ourselves and see what comes. I'm Shane Stanford with Christ Church Memphis. You matter.
Visit ChristChurchMemphis.org.
Hi, this is Troy Five-Ash, owner of Five-Ash Roofing. It is that time of year where the weather is unpredictable, and given the recent storms, it's a good time to discuss insurance claims. So here's a few things you should know. Always hire a local contractor, because if you have a problem with your roof down the road, you want to be able to find him. Never allow anyone to pressure you into signing a contingency contract. They're used as sales tools, making you feel committed, and the truth is, those contracts are not worth the paper they're written on. Be careful of door-knocking salesmen. Some are reputable, but many are not. They canvass the neighborhood and tell everyone to file a claim, working their percentages and not caring if you file a claim, even when they know the likelihood of it being approved is low. Some will even damage your roof, hoping to convince the adjuster it's storm damage. That's fraud, and contractors have gone to jail for that. So do your research and know who you're hiring. Five-Ash Roofing, the official roof of the University of Memphis Athletic Department. Fair, honest, and ethical. 367-0050 or memphisroofer.com.
Five-Ash Roofing, it's what we do. We're here for you.
The folks at Homer Skelton Hyundai want to say thank you. Thank you, Memphis, for another spectacular year. They set records, but I can understand why. You think about the product. Where else do you get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty? That's what you get on every new car at Homer Skelton Hyundai. Oh, and thank you again for the 11th straight year, the #1 certified pre-owned car dealership in all of Memphis. It starts with that product, but then it goes to the shopper assurance. Where else do you go where you get transparent pricing, flexible test drive, take the car for a couple of days if you want, streamlined buying process? You're not going to be there all day, in and out. And then, and I have not seen this anywhere else, the 3-day worry-free exchange. You buy a new car, if you've got any buyer's remorse, you've got 3 days to change your mind. Just get on Lamar, take it into Mississippi, the first exit's Craft Road, turn left, and go see Chris True and all the gang at Homer Skelton Hyundai.
Get your gun, Nelly, and saddle up Penelope. It's Western Trading Days at Sunrise Buick GMC. Old-time trading prices on over 800 new Buicks and GMCs, and the Sunrise Used Car Corral has over 150 in stock. Sunrise has rustled up a good-looking herd of cars and trucks under $99.95. Ranch managers have been told to cut prices to the bone. If you're a good person with bad credit, SunriseMemphis.com will help you get your brand on one of these little fillies. Free hot dogs and Cokes at the Chuck Wagon. Western Trading Days, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville. Cars cost less at Sunrise, partner.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Lads for your zero-turn mower and golf car needs. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's right. This is Marianne's theme.
Come on, man. I already said her name entirely too much.
I don't care, man. I told you. She's the best.
She is not.
New favorite candidate.
She is not.
Absolute icon.
No.
Talking about chakras and energies and harnessing love. It's beautiful, man. Come on. Oh, yeah, we didn't even talk about the fact that LeBron is going to give number 23 over to AD.
Got to make that money, man. Lakers fans already have a 23 jersey.
How much
that says LeBron. Now they need the 6 that says LeBron. And the 23 that says AD.
What's with the Laker people and then Kobe now doing this different number? Just come on, man. What
you know why Kobe did a different number?
It's so much drama with these Laker people. Everything is dramatic. Everything is over. Everything.
Yes.
Everything is too much, man. It's very, very, very frustrating. Now we'll say, do you? I know we oftentimes will make fun of, or I don't know. I would say gently jab Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
You know, Stephen A. Man, he's doing his thing. God bless him, making an absolute fortune.
All the money.
I mean, making a fortune. God bless him. That's awesome. And Stephen A. is a genuinely good dude. Nice guy.
Okay.
I've had conversations with him off the air. He's a super guy. Truly like the guy.
Okay.
He kind of he turns it on for the camera, and it's, you know. But all that being said, he has said, I think last night, maybe this one, but I think it was last night, late, that he's hearing that it's done, that Kyrie and KD are going to the Nets. It's a done deal. It's over. What say you? Do you believe Stephen A?
No.
Okay.
No.
Wow.
Wow. It's lying season. Like that is what this
Stephen
is.
A's lying. He's
I think somebody's lying to Stephen A.
For what purpose would that be?
I have no idea. Let's see. If you're Brooklyn, you might want to lie to I guess let other teams know, hey, don't even go after these guys. They're coming to us. If you are in Kyrie's camp, you might be saying that to I guess get more suitors or get increase the urgency of certain suitors. Let them know, hey, come chase after me, come get me. It's what they do, man. It's what this time of the year is. A bunch of misinformation is getting out there and getting around. Maybe Kyrie is selling it to somebody, giving somebody false information because he wants to see if he can trust them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then this gets out, and then it's I can't trust you no more. Your third eye blinked.
I don't think this is.
I don't
think this is that. No, I don't. The teams do. They will do that. They will. That has happened before. They will have documents slightly different in each one, and then the one that gets leaked is okay. Well, that went from you can tell. So like that teams do that. I don't think that's this case at all. I would say also that you bring up a point that's important when you start dealing with all these rumors and discussions and everything else. Okay, so like for example, the word on the street yesterday was that Kemba Walker was having difficulty with the Hornets in negotiating an extension or negotiating the new contract. That we talked about how it would be a 5-year, $220 million supermax, and there apparently is a big difference between what they want to give him, the Hornets, and what he wants to accept. Mm-hmm. Fair enough. And then almost simultaneously, the report comes out that Kemba Walker, this was from Woj, I think, that Kemba Walker is the leader for his services now is the Celtics.
Mm-hmm.
Again, let's remember some things. When you hear rumors like this, I want you guys all to be informed consumers of this stuff. So I ask you, in whose favor, who benefits from that rumor getting out there? Because remember, I cannot stress this enough. Leaks and information do not happen just because. There is always a reason why somebody wants some information to get out there. It could be because they want, in this case, for example, who benefits from that? Who benefits from that information? Well, chances are a couple different potential possibilities there. Number one is that Kemba wants more money from the Hornets. So he and his people make it clear that we're serious about leaving. We will not accept just this lowball offer. We want you to kick up. And now here, let me explain to you. Let me get this out there so people know I'm serious. I'll go. Boston wants me. Cool. From Boston's perspective, even if they don't sign Kemba, now they have a little bit of cover for Danny Ainge to come out and say, yeah, we tried. That's his big thing. We tried with these free agents, man. We were right there. You saw the reports. We were right there with Kemba. So it benefits them to be associated with him, especially in the wake of what happened with Kyrie and everything else. Their fan base is restless. Gives them a little something to glom onto. So there's always a reason when you hear things coming out like that, information that would only be available from either the team or the agent. There's a reason why it comes out. Always. So be an informed consumer. Think about why it would have come out. Think about who benefits from that information being out there and who does not. And that will help understand more of what's going on.
Okay. You believe Stephen A? Oh, the information that Stephen A is.
Yeah.
Is really?
Oh yeah. I believe Stephen A's got legitimate information. I don't know that it's. I mean, again, I would never say anything's done because it's weird stuff happens. But I do think that Brooklyn wants both those guys. I do think Kyrie is out. I can't. There's been some talk about him returning to LA. Or going back to LeBron in the Lakers. I just don't see that as a great avenue. I think if the Lakers are going to push for anybody, I would think that it would be Kawhi. That they push very hard for Kawhi, and apparently he's at least interested in listening to them. I think the Kyrie factor, boy, you got to really look. I mean, this dude is he's a lot of Marianne Williamson and Kyrie. I mean, a whole lot. He did this Instagram video from Japan last week, and he is, I mean,
everything activated.
He is out there.
Chakras.
He is out there he is in the universe, buddy, and he is getting the vibes and the alignment of the generations of universes that have come before. We're talking about the amount of stardust that's around us.
Oh, he's on stardust
and
now.
Energies that have to come together, and you can only see with these eyes. But what if there's so much more to see? We didn't even know. about ultraviolet light until we could put the special glasses on, then we could see it. Well, what if there's all those other things around us? See, this is what he's on right now.
Okay.
Now, do you want that guy in your locker room? Has it been good for any team to have Kyrie in the locker room other than when LeBron was there? And LeBron's getting too old for babysitting this whack job. I mean, he's getting a little too old for that.
Does his nut job have handles?
Oh yeah.
Does his nut job?
Oh yeah, he's good.
Lethal off a pick and roll.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll take him on the
defense,
team.
But,
I'll take him on the team. He can play with me, and I'll listen to all his talk about Stardust and activating third eyes.
Yeah, but what about, has he left locker room situations? Has he been good for locker rooms?
Good for. He was Boston. No, Cleveland. Yeah, he was fine in Cleveland. What did he do in Cleveland that wasn't that warranted or warrant you thinking that he was a locker room issue?
Well, how did he leave Cleveland?
He demanded a trade.
Does that sound like a guy that was great in the locker room?
Wouldn't you have demanded? I would have demanded a trade in that situation. You look up and you realize, LeBron James is probably going to leave. Let me take my own future into my hands and get out of here before it gets bad again.
Well, again,
because the owner has no clue what is happening.
Now, here, you'll allow me to. What if Kyrie by his own admit, Kyrie's apologized, by the way, for how he's handled that situation.
Okay,
so I wouldn't go too far in defending him because he himself has said that he didn't handle it very well. In the locker room in the build up to this, would LeBron have been so dead set on leaving if things had been more together? If he had felt confident in building, you just talked about how good Kyrie is. You got this young point guard who's scored, who just hit the game-winning shot in Game 7 to win a championship, and you're ready to get out. That guy must be very difficult to deal with. And obviously he is.
I think LeBron was leaving regardless of who was there. Right? I think LeBron came back to get that championship for the city, and because the friction is there between him and Gilbert, he was like, once I get this championship, I'm out. And he got it, and he was leaving.
I don't know if that's necessarily true because he put himself in these 1+1 contracts to continue to put pressure on the organization. But if everything had gone the way that it could have gone, I don't think he would absolutely have left. It's hard to say. I don't know. Right. Obviously, you want to get to LA, and he's got movie stuff and all that. There's certainly extenuating circumstances there, but I'm just saying it was not handled very well. Kyrie's has been weird to deal with, and other teammates will tell you that. In that locker room as well. Kyrie's a weirdo. Now, Boston, same thing. Kyrie's a weirdo. All right. The Celtics, how they do when he wasn't part of the setup, when he was injured.
9-3, 12-3, something in 3.
Well, no, I'm saying like in the playoffs.
In the playoffs of Eastern Conference Final.
Yeah. And how'd they do this year when he was the main guy?
Second round.
Yeah. And not that impressive, by the way, in doing so. Looked pretty... Got housed pretty good.
Right.
So I'm saying if he's an undeniable talent, but there is a big track record of locker room problems or underachievement or people being confused or unhappy around him. The way he handled the situation in Boston, saying early in the year, if you have me back, I'd love to come back. And then in the middle of the year, all of a sudden changing course in the midst of all these plans that Boston's making. And now that's his right to do that. But it also is very difficult to plan long-term around a guy who is flaky and mercurial and moonchild and all this. So if you're Brooklyn and you can get Kyrie and KD, then I say, great, go for it.
Yeah.
If you can only get Kyrie, I don't know if I just only bring in Kyrie. You better.
And Brooklyn, from the reports, they don't only want Kyrie.
No, they want them both.
They want them both.
But I'm saying if they can't get them both, do you still just want Kyrie?
No. And this is not on Kyrie, the soul child, the Stardust man. This is Kyrie as a legitimate one, right? Kyrie was at his best in Cleveland when he was 2. And at times 3, depending on what Kevin Love was able to do, the mismatches he was able to create on the court, right? And Kyrie as a legitimate 2 to Kevin Durant in 2 seasons, that would be fine. And possibly 3, depending on Caris LeVert's growth. That would be fine. And in LA with the Lakers, he'd be a legitimate 3, right? LeBron, AD, then him. That's fine. Kyrie as the head of a locker room for the reasons you named, right? The offness about him. That is something that you might be hesitant on. So the Nets are saying if we can get them both, Kyrie and Kevin Durant, great. If we can only get Kyrie, we not excited about that. We probably won't do that. We'll try and get D'Angelo to come back.
That's exactly right. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here in what should be we're getting set. It's going to be a big weekend. There's no question about that. You can text in 67129, dial up 360-8255. Adam Kramer coming your way at 8 o'clock. David Cobb at 9 o'clock as we roll on here. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Listen online anywhere, anytime at sports56whbq.com.
Upon official review, the ruling on the field stands. First down.
We deliver jerseys, funny foam fingers, and everything you need to get ready for the game. But what you really get when FedEx knocks on your door is so much more.
FedEx Delivery.
Game day spirit. What we deliver by delivering.
You'll see the dedication in every single step. You'll see it in the smiles when smiles are hard to get. You'll see it in the little things that add up to success. The caring and passion are the things that we love best.
Wolf Chase Limb Brace is your Mid-South provider for orthotics and prosthetics. They are an ABC-accredited facility, and their practitioners are ABC certified. At Wolf Chase Limb Brace, their services include artificial limbs, legs and arms, braces of all kinds, and custom molded inserts. You can call them today at 901-507-7821 for their location on Highway 64 in between Germantown Parkway and Appling Road, or visit them at their new location in Jackson, Tennessee. That number is 731-660-5900, or visit them on the web at wolfchaselemondbrace.com.
Yours. Chase Limb and Brace.
At Jason's Deli, you can stuff yourself full of great deli food that's healthy, fresh, and best of all, it's not expensive. Jason's Deli is all about choice. Whether you're looking for a gluten-free menu, vegetarian sandwiches, healthy kids' meals, or if you'd like to invent your sandwich via the build-your-own selections, Jason's Deli has you covered. And they only use fresh, wholesome ingredients. Choose from the club and specialty sandwiches, paninis, wraps, soups, salads, pastas, and much more. I love the cleanliness in the restaurant, the hospitality, and of course the cost. They have a huge salad bar and great soups, including Southwest chicken chili, fire roasted tortilla, organic vegetable, tomato basil, and many, many more. And if you're planning an event, their catering department is fantastic and can handle any size party. Go check out Jason's Deli's 4 locations. On Ridgeway in the Park Place Center, that's my favorite, on Germantown Parkway in Cordova, at Poplar and Highland, and on Goodman Road in Olive Branch.
It's happened again. Miramichi, that heaven in Woodstock, 15 miles north of downtown Memphis. Miramichi has been made the #1 public golf course in the state of Tennessee. 15 minutes from downtown, all this natural beauty, this very tough test of golf is there for you, and it's #1 again. They've improved again, too. They've made changes. They always do. They want you to have the best golfing experience you could possibly have, and they keep on making these adjustments. They've knocked down some trees. They made it easier. They have better conditions with grass. The greens, outstanding. And once again, they are #1. I also should tell you they've got new golf carts, and they've got these cool little things where you hook up your phone, it'll charge, and at the same time, you've got GPS on your phone. All kinds of innovation and a world-class golfing experience at Miramichi in Woodstock.
Drop the anchor, will you?
Sure, Grandpa.
You tied it off, right?
Tied what off?
The anchor. And the rope that the anchor was attached to.
There's a reason they say curse like a sailor.
Oh.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Many reasons. Progressive's boat insurance has you covered. Quote today at progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
So much for fish for dinner.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. About through July 7th in select stores. Last supplies last. See store for details.
Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurts. This hour is brought to you by Lads. For your zero-turn mower and golf car needs, here once again are Peter and CJ.
Oh, yeah. What? Yeah. Ooh, what? Ah. Ooh, what? Hang on. Oh man, this is good stuff.
Funk Friday.
I'm feeling it, man.
Go.
And look at Max is just sitting there. He's not even moving.
Well, that's because Max, when we are talking, Max is trying to find these songs, and so Max is doing his moving as he's finding the song.
There's no way you can just listen to this. I don't care how many times you listen to it. You can't just listen to it and not move a little bit. Max disagrees. It's like, yeah. He's like,
it's too early.
Man, music.
No matter what.
Funk gets in your blood. It doesn't matter how early it is. It could be 3 a.m. It could be 4 a.m. You could be in a dead sleep. If you play that song and you just wake up and start getting funky. That's just how it works. The body cannot. It's a uncontrollable situation. There's no way you can control the funk.
Well, the tiredness controls my body.
See, yes, Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Funk is at the very top.
Yes, it is.
Are you repping your shirt there for everybody?
My concert tee, my Nicktoon concert tee with Reptar on the drums, baby. Make sure the people see it.
I like that. I like that T-shirt.
I do too. Sister got it for me. It's got tour dates on the back of it also.
Is there an actual tour?
I wish.
Boy, that'd be.
I would love to see Ren and Stimpy perform. What's Ren on? Wait, Stimpy's on the triangle. Ren is on the keyboard. Got Rocco on guitar. Got Tommy Pickles and Chucky on guitar. Looks like Gerald is on bass along with Arnold. Got Ickes and Oblina singing it. Heifer's on some type of tricked out guitar. And then Reptar on the drums, which is kind of odd because Reptar is a giant green, blue Tyrannosaurus Rex. And I don't know if you know this, but they don't got long arms. So I don't know how Reptar's drums are configured for him to hit all the drum stuff.
You're exactly right. I don't know how Reptar as a T-Rex is. You would think it'd be very difficult for him to do that. That being said, I would love to see him try. And I'm with you. I'm with you 100% there. Now, the Women's World Cup, you've got a major matchup. Quarterfinal. The hosts, France, against the mighty Americans, the United States of America.
Yes.
2:00 kickoff. Give me the breakdown.
Give you the breakdown?
Can we hit the music?
Right now?
Get a minute.
Get the breakdown right now.
Cup.
I was not prepared for this.
That's the best part. That's the best time to do it.
I'm just going to have to do this off the top of my head,
normally
Peter.
you prepare extensively for these.
So prepared for these. Super prepared, but I'm not prepared for this one.
I felt like I needed to just hit you with
Just hit me with it off the top of my head. Listen, man. As soon as the music gets started.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah, just
as soon as the music gets started, I'll get into it. But it is.
People have requested it.
Oh, we've changed up the music.
So the music's different?
I like this.
Okay. This is more
just as much
like bossa nova. Man.
Yes,
okay.
Just as much as I like this matchup for USA. Home team, France, or as I like to call them, France, taking on USA. Women's soccer match. It's going to be incredible. Ball is going to be flying all over the place. The Americans did not do so well in advancing past the round of 16. They struggled a bit. Spain put pressure on them. France is going to look to put pressure on them as well. But on the outsides is where the U.S. will take advantage. So much speed, so much skill, so much strength on the outside. And if Rapinoe, if she gets the ball at her feet, it's going to be crazy. She's got to be able to be skilled, make plays with the ball at her feet, and everybody work the pitch. You got to work, especially your back third. The back third of the pitch is where it's going to be lethal for the U.S. They got to work the pitch, got to get out there, keep the pressure on France, be striking constantly, got to strike. When you throw the ball in, throw it far, throw it hard, got to force corner kicks, got to get the ball in there, just hurl the ball at the goal, throw it in there, play with your head, play it off the head.
That was a bit.
Yeah, I think I like the old music better.
I did too. I just wanted to change it up.
Yeah. I feel like the music is really key.
Well, that was 1 minute. You said only 1 minute.
Yeah.
Oh. Like, no, we were like sticklers for that because I was just getting warmed up. But okay.
Now, you of course, you remember the last time that these two teams went at it.
You know, I remember the last time they went at it.
Tell everyone.
They went at it. They went at it hard, and France won the last time.
What was the score?
2-1.
Nope. You must have missed a goal.
Oh,
you maybe went out
3-1.
3-1.
I missed the goal.
France won 3-1. It was the one from the United States was scored very late as kind of a consolation goal. So really, it was 3-0 for much of it. That is not good at all compared because I think as you know these teams are going to play and they're going to go after the pitch and they're gonna. What was it? They're going to work the pitch?
Work the pitch, especially the back third, Peter. The back third is what you got to work on this pitch.
I really would. I'm very curious to see what sort of lineups we see. The United States looked very tired against Spain. Did not look good. To me, I worry about this group. I worry about this matchup. I don't think Jill Ellis, the managers, I worry about her. I don't know. I just got a bad feeling about this one, CJ.
Ooh, you taking France?
I got a bad. I don't think the women have not looked that great as you pointed out. And you have this like thing about Rapinoe and the White House and Trump and stuff. And like, I don't think that really matters. Like, I don't think that's going to make any difference to the preparation for the game or anything like that. But I do think that I'm more concerned about the way that this team is just kind of, they don't play with a lot of tactical genius. There's some positional weirdness that we've seen. Players playing out of position, some players not playing at all. I don't think Jill Ellis is doing a real good job, like organizing the women out there. I don't see a lot of great managerial knowledge. I think there's some substitutions that could have been made a lot sooner in that Spain match or at all, and we didn't see it. I feel like the U.S. has, I don't know. I mean, I'm speaking here in legit soccer, like, just watching from a soccer standpoint. I don't know. I worry about this matchup. And maybe, listen, they got a tremendous pedigree, so it would not be stunning at all for them to step up in the moment and come through and really, play fantastic. I hope they do. They've done it before, but this is going to be a big challenge for them. It's a big challenge.
Huge, and it's one thing to beat the hell out of Thailand in France. It's another thing to get to this stage of the tournament, playing for all the marbles on France's home field in Paris. That crowd is going to be raucous, and one mistake is all it takes. One ball to get through for France to take advantage and get that goal, and then all of the pressure is on. And how are you going to handle that? The last time they played, they didn't handle it too well. And that was Olympics, was it not?
Yeah.
Yeah, like, come on. It's time for them to step up. If you want to be or lay claim to the legitimate biggest, baddest on the block, if you got that bop to you, you got that swagger, and this women's team does have that going for them, that attitude. We're the best here. We're going to show everybody we're the best here. If you're going to say that, if you're going to embrace that, this is one of those moments where you've got to come out hot from start to finish. Otherwise, like, you go home and be disappointed.
Very disappointing. There's no at this point in the U.S. women's run, you got to get back and lift the trophy. There's not much else that's acceptable.
And they've said as much.
Yeah. Let's take the break. We'll come back, and our buddy Adam Kramer back with us. The return of the Crane game. When we come back, hour number 2 on the way. Stick around. Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Welcome to Sherwin-Williams. Hi there. I heard paints are 30% off. Yep, and stains too. Right here. Mm-hmm. Only at your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Right now? Well, June 21st through July 8th. Ah, bring it in. I'm a big hugger. It's cool. Ask Sherwin-Williams June 21st through July 8th and save 30% on paints and stains with sale prices starting at $26.94. Only at your local Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
You love your backyard and the outdoors. Insects love you. The Home Depot and Cutter have just what you need for whatever kind of outdoor lover you are. Personal repellents like Cutter Backwoods Spray for deep woods protection against mosquitoes and more. Cutter Dry Spray or Backwoods Dry Spray that won't leave you feeling oily or greasy. Get any 3 for just $9 for protection for the whole family. Today is the day for doing and saving on Cutter. Now at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Valid through July 7th in select stores. Lost price last. See store for details.
A good friend of mine often says that golfers are the best athletes. This is Sheldon Rosengarten with Marks Bensdorf Realtors. Now, I don't want to embarrass Ed by mentioning his name, but if you stop and think about it, he may be right. Just like the best real estate agent may not be who you think. Like a left tackle in football, a golfer hits it hard off the tee. Like a sprinter, the golfer walks down the fairway to reach his ball. Then like a quarterback who wants to connect with a distant target, the golfer hits the ball again, and in my case, again and again and again. So if you or someone you know is thinking of selling a home, draft your team by interviewing the players. Find out who will block that offensive lineman from knocking your deal down. And find out about the Shellbucks option play. When interviewing, call or email me to find out why people often say, when you want the job done, call Shell Done. You can reach me at 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. That's 483-0546 or memphisrelocate.com. Do it now and don't fumble that ball.
At Indeed, we understand that when it comes to hiring, it's important to have a large talent pool to choose from. But sometimes too many good options can be overwhelming. That's why Indeed doesn't just give you access to a large pool of job seekers. We also offer screener tools that let you instantly narrow down your search. Hone in on hiring with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Football fans or party fans, and the best party for any fan is the NFL Rep Your Team Party. 8 p.m. Saturday, July 6th at Cordova Catfish and Event Place. Wear your favorite team shirt, bring your fellow fans, or join in with other groups. The Mid-South Packers and Steeler Nation, M-Town Niners, Cowboy Stars of Memphis, and Titans Fan Club of Memphis. Camaro, Corvette, and Biker Clubs will all be there. Trophies will be awarded to the top 4 teams. It's BYOB from 8 to 10, and of course, there's also a full-service bar and food to order along with DJ Psych, providing the beats. $10 admission with football gear, $15 without. NFL Rep Your Team Party, 8 p.m. Saturday, July 6th at Cordova Catfish and Event Center, Germantown and Dexter.
We are Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Available on your radio dial at 560 AM and 87.7 FM, as well as online around the world at sports56whbq.com. Take us with you everywhere on your phone or tablet by downloading the Sports 56 app, and at home, tell Alexa or Google to play Sports 56. If it's happening in the world of sports, we've got it covered. Wherever you are, stay tuned to Real Sports Talk, Sports 56 and 87.7 FM. Broadcasting from the Family Leisure Studios, Sports 56 WHBQ Memphis and WPGFLP Memphis, Flynn Broadcasting Stations. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hertz. This hour is brought to you by Schrader Orthopedic and Stem Cell Treatment Center, specializing in stem cell treatment for your neck, back, hips, knees, shoulders, and autoimmune diseases. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
We can move, we can rock, we can move, we can rock.
Who's that?
We can move.
What we got?
We can
Free Youth. Free Youth.
Free You? Is that the name of the song or the name of the
band?
What's the song name?
We can move.
Indeed we can.
And y'all are moving.
This is like a hybrid funk disco, a little reggae-ish kind of vibe going.
It is a little reggae. I was doing reggae moves.
Yeah, a little bit. I got a little. I like this Funky Friday. This is pulling this. Where'd you get this from?
Spotify.
It's always Spotify.
It's always
what
Spotify.
am I even thinking?
It's always Spotify with these kids.
This is not your
these days.
playlist. It's not your playlist.
No, it's
not. Come on. It's amazing. Listen, that's nice. That's nice right there.
That is.
We welcome back to the program on Funky Friday our good friend. He has taken a little bit of a hiatus for very good reason, as he has, I would say, helped in a way. His wife doing much more of the work. Let's be fair, but he's doing some stuff, and he's welcomed a brand new child into the world. He is back with us though, and ready for shenanigans once more. Adam Kramer, are you getting any sleep, my friend?
Last night was was the night, first really good night of sleep. And nothing is, by the way, good is relative.
Right. Yes.
What most would consider good was this would be a travesty of sleep. But no, things are good. We're settling in. You know, we've done this before. So our newest addition, he's a champion. The rest of the crew, however, is losing their minds over him existing. And every night that's an adventure. So getting everyone to sleep is like a 13-step plan that usually fails miserably and requires about 3.5 hours. But other than that, we are very good.
Is his name Champ Kramer?
Champ Kramer. Yeah, Champ here. It's close, actually. It's Champ. So
hey, I like that. Yeah, that's nice.
We are good. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah,
very good.
We're all here. Everybody's happy, healthy, and no, man, we're fine.
So, like, are you in the middle of this whole process? Like, do you monitor what's going on? You picked a good time. I mean, clearly, you and your your wife kind of like you guys may have coordinated this to some extent.
Kramer expansion, conference expansion.
So we're gonna do this in like late June, early July, so not too much is happening. Like that was a smart move on your part, Kramer.
Well, yeah, this was coordinated because the first, it's our third, which sounds crazy when I say that out loud. That sounds excessive. But the first two times I had football season, baby. And so and actually not only that, but one, my daughter came on a Saturday, and I can vividly remember the Florida State Notre Dame game where they had the pick play in the end zone, and I'm sitting in the hospital chair, Everett Golson, all that stuff. I mean, I don't remember anything about that season. I remember that game because there I was watching. So this was coordinated, right smack dab in the middle of like the calm before the storm. Which worked out because the football season babies, both of them, have made life extremely hard, extremely difficult. This will be hard. It is extremely hard, but yes, that was the plan at least. And for once, finally, in the final time, I can say that definitively it worked out.
Did you think about offering naming rights to the highest bidder for the baby?
Good question.
From the third time, I think like all the preparation and all the care you've done. Like name we had our name picked out like by week 5 last time. Name, we're sitting there that night like, you good? You good? I'm good. Like, all right, like sure. So yes, all of at this point, if we could make a little money and promote it accordingly, yeah, I'm in. I mean that is the amazing thing is how just the level of care decreased dramatically at least in the lead up process leading up to number 3. Of course, when he emerges and you have this baby you're in love and he's amazing and you're going to do whatever, but the process leading up to it, including names, was not given the same treatment as it was before.
It's the third. I mean, to be fair, it's like what names did we throw out last time? All right, that's fine. Let's just go with that one. That's good.
All the thrown out names that weren't good enough.
No, my new child, Pepsi GameStop Edmiston, is going to be a real winner. I was thinking, or maybe Pikachu.
Yeah, Herky, college football center.
Yes.
Bucky. What else? What other bad Big Ten mascots can we bestow my son with?
Oh, what's the guy? What's the Western Kentucky kid? The Hilltopper guy. What's the big red? Is that
Kramer? Oh man, that is outstanding. Good nickname.
I love it. All right, so let me ask you this, because I think we all knew. Certainly, I did. Probably you did too. That when you returned after having spent time away, the first thing we go back to, the number one thing on the agenda is UConn football.
Mm-hmm.
We all knew that was going to be the thing. Obviously, we prepared for that. Each of us.
Mm-hmm.
UConn yesterday signing the documents to go to the Big East, which is inconveniently for the football team does not play football, which is somewhat problematic. They will go to the Big East in 2020. They'll spend one more year in the American, and God help us, the civil conflict is very much in danger at this point.
They got to keep that rivalry.
I don't know, man. We may have to leave that one on the field like they did that the UCF did that time. But so what do we do with UConn football? Surely the American. Mike Oresco was very categorical yesterday, and when said, "Are you going to leave him in the? Can you let him play a football only member?" I said, "Nope." What happens here? What are they doing?
I have no idea. I do. Can I say first and foremost that I really enjoy conference realignment? Like, I know this is the least exciting news in conference realignment history.
It is.
And if you've watched UConn football over the last 4 years, you generally do not care at all about what happens. But I enjoy this a great deal. And I enjoy, there's all sorts of shade being thrown by different coaches about who your true rival is, who the bell cow of your conference is. There was some shade, thrown against UConn. I saw yesterday saying, Cincinnati is stalwart of the which is just amazing. The origin of pettiness and just athletics is on display. But no, this is UConn has wanted in for forever, though. No, I mean, this has been, they've tried so hard to do this. It's been the running joke of how it's going to work. And I'm not quite sure, quite honestly, how it's going to work. I just know that I enjoy all of it and consume all of it. And there are some logistical things certainly to be worked out. I just want more of it. This is like an appetizer. When I was reading this, scroll across Twitter, of course, you had I go back to realignment days. Some of my fondest memories on Twitter were the realignment. And for a while there, because it looked like the entire landscape was going to just explode. And we were inches away from the Pac-12 becoming the Pac-16 and Oklahoma. Do you I mean, sadly, my biggest takeaway from all this is I don't really care what UConn does because it's UConn. But I want this now to happen, and I want explosions and teams to move because it's a great deal of fun when teams of actual substance do something.
Ultimately, do they go down to FCS? I mean, are they just going to bum around as an independent? That's not going to work.
No, yeah, you aren't. It is true. If it goes how everyone says, you won't be able to play as an football independent, then they've got some problems. But at this point, doesn't seem to be stopping anybody, right? I mean, that's the part that's most shocking is show must go on. So no, I'm kind of with you. That was the most striking takeaway. A lot of hurt feelings on this because you never feel good about somebody leaving you. So if everyone kind of holds their ground, I mean, UConn's going to have some problems.
Could we see more teams opt to just throw in the towel? More of these Group of 5 teams say, you know what, we aren't going to be able to get into a Power 5 for whatever reason, and football is just costing us too much to play at this level. Could we see more teams opt to just close up shop and go down a level?
You could. I mean, ultimately, it looked like there was going to be another round of realignment, and there always could be. I mean, the Pac-12 right now feels like it's sort of falling apart, and people are waiting for their spot. If you're a team like this, though, are you just kind of coming to terms with it? Sort of like the playoff discussion we have, right? With FCS schools, when you're holding out hope and you're waiting and you're trying to figure out if you're actually going to chance. At some point, do you just say, this is not going to happen, and you look at all the television contract money and you just say, you know what, this is how it's going going to be. So yeah, I think absolutely that could be the case. I just think specifically with UConn, because this is a brand, a successful athletic brand. I know football has kind of been a laughing stock in recent memory. But basketball, and actually basketball kind of has too, I suppose. But before then, there was success, and this was a big brand. For them to do this is interesting, and you wonder, yes, can this be a blueprint for other teams who are kind of battling between try to get up with bigger schools and bigger conferences for more money, or just coming to terms with the fact that money's probably never going to present itself.
Well, if you're the American, what do you replace UConn? Where do you go? What is there a need to replace UConn? Is there somebody out there? Could you get BYU to jump on board? Or do you just sit there with 11 and pull some Big 12 dumb shenanigans where you get the highest 2 ranked teams? And I hate that stupid championship game, garbage, all that stuff. What do you do?
You got two. It's one less mouth to feed, which has its perks for schools that are certainly desperate for money. But from a logistical standpoint, I'm with you. It's a mess, right? Like, it's an absolute mess. And it changes the whole dynamic of your conference and how you crown a champion. There are some teams out there, and like you mentioned, BYU, like, I would go to the table and see if a team is desperate like that, or if you can kind of, help, grab somebody that can maybe improve your brand a little bit. But it also means more money, so you're kind of torn. I would imagine they'll explore all those things. But overall, in terms of my preference, I'm kind of with you. The whole Big 12 thing just has been odd from the jump. I hate it. It's weird. You have rematches like in back-to-back. It's just so strange. Like, it has never felt right to me. I would hope that they can avoid that just for my own, your own, I guess, personal preference on watching these things, if for nothing else.
So Peter and I talked about this earlier this week. This is the way the Big 12 does it as compared to everybody else. With that 13th data point being important to the college football selection committee, will we see more? You think more conferences opting to do it this way? Because if you're Clemson, for instance, from this past season, you playing somebody who's unranked. Like, if there's any type of discrepancy or any type of doubt that you are a legitimate top 4 team, you need that tough opponent to get you that better 13th data point.
It's always been an interesting argument. I felt like the Big 12 actually overreacted because season to season, and we've now had data points in terms of season to season where it probably would have gone any other way. I mean, they've had some teams that have been just good enough, Oklahoma, that didn't matter. The next game didn't matter, and we've seen it. So you're right. Some of these games, a lot of the conference championship games in recent memory, haven't given us anything other than bad games. They've been bad. So, how important is that game? The game is important to us. Honestly, I think that the people and media, whoever think that this is sort of the validation to end the conference. But if you're going to expand the playoff, and this is going to be a huge talking point, what is conference championship going to look like? I know the SEC is going to hold on for dear life for the SEC championship game against the Holy Grail, and it is a ratings bonanza, and that is the most significant game of any by a wide margin. However, if you're going to expand this playoff, are more teams going to let go? Or are you going to have to let go? I mean, that's the interesting part. So, yes, I get why you want things to logistically match up like most conferences do, but 5, 6, 7, 8 years from now, who knows what that process will actually look like?
Now, I got really an even more pressing issue, vitally important, that we have to get to, because we just had a wonderful nugget yesterday dropped by Terry Bradshaw in preparation for 2 months from now, Texas opening up against Louisiana Tech. And inexplicably, in my Twitter feed, somehow, for some reason, Terry Bradshaw is delivering a press conference at the lectern at Louisiana Tech, which is cool. Looking a little bit like a farmer who just came in from the fields. Looks like he's gained about 30 pounds at least. Looking a little on the hefty side. And I mean, I can't throw stones here, but it is what it is. And then he comes out with this, and let's hear from Terry real fast. And then Adam, I want to get your comment on what is one of the more randomly awesome bits of fire being spit by a crazy old man.
I never understood why players would want to go and stack up. Like Texas, we open up with Texas this year. And one year they signed 3 5A quarterbacks. 2 are now gone.
5A.
And one that's playing, he ain't that good. And I'm like, really? 5A? You watch them throw the football and you go, man, alive, what are they like? They go there and they can't throw the football. I'll take our boys any day.
Yeah.
He sounds out of breath. He sounds winded.
And maybe drinking a little bit. I'm not. Who can say?
Again, though, I'm not. We got to get to his look first of all.
Oh yeah, the look.
That. But like, I don't get the point of it.
Yeah,
I love listening to it because if you're in the crowd, like, is this supposed to like rile you up? Like, if you're a fan and you're listening, I'll think, yeah, that's it. All right, yeah, you got it. Yeah, and the look, I mean, truly, I put it on Twitter. My grandfather looked just like that. Suspenders unbuttoned past his nipple for some reason. As wide as a tractor trailer. I mean, it's not so much like, yes, he looks very large there. And I'm a large human being.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's his, like, you couldn't fit him through a doorway. It's like his shoulders are the size of a car. He looks very large there. It's not good out.
Is he sweating? He's got sweat all over. Like, he just looks like he's sweating. The suspenders are wild.
You just installed a playground behind the building or something.
Man, these them hogs were tough to feed, man. Let me tell you, that's whoo.
But Sam Ellinger just getting blasted by every person on earth is also hilarious. Like, the guy is like a warrior and just like a human bowling ball who had like one of the most gracious ends to a season we've seen. And it's just everyone is blasting him for no good reason at all. It's also the thing that I don't quite understand.
Oh, are we changing rankings from stars to A's? Like, can you be like a 3A and a B? Like, how's this working?
So that was something I didn't want to sound like ill-informed. Did you guys understand that? Like, was he talking about like the size of high school, like those quarterbacks, like that? What is that? Is that something, or is he just making up a new language to talk about quarterbacks?
I mean, he was, 5A is your divisions usually, but I think he means 5-star. But again, factually, let's hear it one more time. Let's hear Terry. Let's hear Terry, aka the guy from Waterboy. What's that? What's the guy? The sort of the Cajun coach. He has a reminiscent of that guy a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Give me some more of that, Terry.
I never understood why players would want to go and stack up. Like Texas, we open up with Texas this year. And one year they signed 3 5A quarterbacks. 2 are now gone. And one that's playing, ain't that good. And I'm like, really? 5A? You watch them throw the football and you go, man, alive, what are they like? They go there and they can't throw the football. I'll take our boys any day.
I take our boys any day. I take our boys any day.
I thought he said 5'8" quarterback. At first time, no, that was last night. I'm like, why would you? What? They don't have 3 5'8" quarterbacks. That's not right.
They also don't have 3. The 5-star core, they didn't even stack them up. Like, I don't know what he's talking about. Like, they signed them in like different classes. I'm not even sure.
Oh, you mean recruiting?
Recruit.
Yes, they recruit. Yes, that's how this works. This sport of football.
I take our boys in a day.
I get him an inhaler.
I take our boys in a day.
I enjoyed that very much. I didn't know I needed that in my life, but when it presented itself, the Texas shade, for whatever reason, I mean, like, yes, you're railing on successful college football programs doing successful recruiting. And for some reason, you like your guys better than that.
It's tremendous.
I'm in.
I'm looking at the shirt now. It looks like it is circa 2002, 2003 when we were going through the ridiculously baggy phase.
Yeah, but it's very sweaty as well, which I don't know why we're so sweaty.
It looks like the collar has been ironed to his shoulder. Like he just took an iron and ironed it on his shoulders because that's how.
And
I mean, that shirt is incredible. That is my grandfather, truly. Like that is his look, the look he kind of patented. Like I saw that and immediately, like oh man, I thought of him because he mastered that thing. That's been done before.
You're trying to tell me you saying that tractor has only got 15,000 miles? I can't believe that. Come on now. You trying to get me on this one. It ain't gonna happen, man. I can tell you that right now. I don't know why we're going, but I don't care. He apparently is speaking he was speaking at the opening of something. So that's why he was up on the thing, like as sort of like the coach. On the backdrop, he got the full backdrop treatment. So I don't know, but I need more of it. I want more of this. Terry Bradshaw just railing on Texas for no good reason. And they play again the opener in case Texas may have been tempted to sort of use this as a little. I don't know. Texas can be a little weird. Texas can be a little outrageous. Sometimes they can get a little loopy, and they kind of take some games for granted and. Maybe they would have been tempted to overlook the Louisiana Tech opener. Not anymore.
No, you can't
now. Not anymore. Now the motivation is there. It's 7:00 kickoff. August 31st, Longhorn Network. Let's go. You got to be there to watch Sam Ehlinger just put it right down Terry Bradshaw's throat.
His large throat. His large runway of a chest. I mean, what's the point spread in that game other than a lot? I have no idea.
I think it's more the tailgate spread that Terry's worried about than the point spread.
Yeah, spread. Put the entire spread on his barrel chest. I can't get over that. How wide he is. Again, it's not a weight thing. It's just, my God, he's acquiring so much space. And Texas, by the way, is going to win that game by a significant amount. I'm on the Texas train, by the way. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. It's going to end horribly. We're all going to end up, it's going to be bad, but I really don't get the railing on. I mean, that Ehlinger was incredible last year. Not only is he good, but I'm not sure there's a player right now in college football that brings me more joy than him.
He ain't that good.
I think our boys.
I take our boys, and Texas is a 20.5 point favorite.
20.5.
Yeah. At this moment,
play that. I mean, I know you got LSU the following week, so maybe they'll be caring about that.
Not anymore. Sam is ready to go. He is raring to go now.
So Baker and Terry Bradshaw have ripped on Sam in like a stretch of 7-10 days.
Yeah.
That's okay. Who's next? Who is next? Come on in.
O.J. Simpson
or something. Someone random and hilarious is going to rip on him.
Yeah, we don't need. Don't start bringing me OJ on his Twitter feed.
Oh
no. We don't need any more of this. Hey guys, OJ here. That Sam Ehlinger really sucks. Like, whoa, hey, what's happening?
That's going to be next. That is next, and he's. I can't wait. I know this. You're right. Like this game, which had little to no interest, I'm now very interested. I think and I do think Texas actually is going to care about this, and they're watching this video like we are, probably laughing, but also somewhat, they're furious about it. And I would be too.
That's right. Terry Bradshaw, ladies and gentlemen, really tremendous stuff. I take our boys in the day.
Just kicking over his look.
I love it. That's what he says to his little smokies. He's got little smokies, little wieners in the sauce with a little dipping sauce. I'll take those boys. I'll take those boys any day.
Everyone in the crowd just like, do we clap? Should we clap here?
Yeah.
Is it? Is this live? Oh, all right. Let's go.
It was him. I want Terry Bradshaw on the debate podium for the next Democratic debate.
Right.
That's what I think. Now we need him with Marianne Williamson and the rest of. We just need Terry. Terry's. I think it's time.
That's exactly what that needs. More.
We got Tommy Tuberville running in Alabama, so maybe it's not that crazy. See Terry Bradshaw running for the head of some parish. I could see him being a sheriff in Louisiana. Makes sense.
I just think he should go to schools around the country now and talk to them and spew randomness, and then end by ripping on their week one opponent for some reason, like in some weird way, just to just rip on them for no good reason at all, and then everyone doesn't clap. And we can watch it, and we can talk about it, and that's all he does. It's like a little caravan around the country, 4 games begin. I would enjoy that a lot.
Well, let's do it. It's great to have you back, my friend. Congratulations on child number 3. And I mean, really more congratulations, to be fair to your wife, but you can accept some,
of course,
as well. And you guys keep doing your thing, and we'll talk again soon. I'll be out next week, but me and you can speak in a couple of weeks, and I know you'll have much to discuss next week. Take care, bud.
Sounds good, guys. Thank you.
He's the man, Adam Kramer at Kegs and Eggs on Twitter. I love talking to Kramer, and if you have not seen the Terry Bradshaw video, please watch it. He's something else.
Why is he so wet?
I don't know. Why is he doing it? Why did he say anything? Why? In so many questions, so few answers. Hey, let's just.
But his head isn't wet.
Yeah.
Like it's just his shirt, and it's just like the middle portion of his shirt is so wet.
It happens. It happens sometimes. They'll belly sweat. I get that sometimes. A little belly sweat right there. So did Philip Fulmer back in the day. Let's take a break. We'll come back and continue here on the Experience. What happened? Real Sports Talk, Sports 56, 87.7 FM.
Greg Gaston and Eli Savoy get you through the midday with Sports 56 Middays. Delivered by FedEx. Weekdays from 10 till 1 on Sports 56 and 87.7 FM.
Let's up your life with Let's.
It's time to be the talk of the neighborhood or lake house with that custom golf cart built by the experts at Ladd's. With both new and used models, they are sure to have exactly what you need. The brand new club car Onward encourages families and friends to come together and enjoy being outside. Find out more at ladsonline.com or call 901-324-8801.
Let's up your life with Let's. Let's up your life.
Hi, folks. Good news from Sunrise Chevy in Collierville. Sunrise took additional inventory for the spring market. Now, Sunrise must sell 500 new and used cars and trucks to make room for new Chevys on the way. Huge discounts and 0% financing, or GM will provide up to $5,000 cash now. Shop and compare hundreds of new Chevys, Buicks, and GMCs all under one roof. And don't forget, a $5 million used car inventory. If your car needs body work, bring it to Sunrise. We work on all makes and models. If your Chevy needs service, bring it to Sunrise no matter where you bought it. Find new roads at the Sunrise Chevy Range, 385 in Houston, Levy, and Collierville.
At Indeed, we understand that when it comes to hiring, it's important to have a large talent pool to choose from. But sometimes too many good options can be overwhelming. That's why Indeed doesn't just give you access to a large pool of job seekers. We also offer screener tools that let you instantly narrow down your search. Hone in on hiring with Indeed. Experience Indeed for yourself today and get a free sponsored job upgrade on your first posting at Indeed.com/promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Flo here with a really weird word, buttery. Buttery? It's not quite butter, it's more butterish. Or maybe buttery is like butchery or bakery, a shop that sells artisanal butter products. Dig in, America. Now a word that's even more weird, Flotection. Sure, it's not really a word, but it is really good protection for your new home through me and Progressive. No ifs, ands, or butteries about it. Sorry.
Save an average of 17% on car insurance when you bundle home and auto through Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Discount not available in all states or situations.
I'm here with Anna and Catherine, two of Mr. Charlie Burgos' granddaughters at the Rendezvous restaurant. Okay, ladies, you guys and gals now ship a Rendezvous nacho box. Why had no one thought of that before?
We do. We have no idea. Someone suggested it to us, and at first even we went, can we make that work? So we sent a bunch of sample boxes to friends and family to only rave reviews.
Okay, so what comes in the nacho box?
You get Rendezvous pulled pork, a bag of Brent's corn chips, a bottle of Rendezvous barbecue sauce, a bottle of Rendezvous seasoning, a tub of Pancho's cheese dip, and a jar of Flo's pickled jalapenos from Felicia Suzanne's. The box is $99, which includes overnight shipping. It makes 6 to 8 full dinner-sized nachos, or feeds way more if you're just serving it as an appetizer. It truly is a perfect taste of Memphis. A great gift for family, friends, clients, coworkers, or just some Memphis expats.
Where do we order these delicious nachos?
At hogsfly.com.
Mr. Charlie Burgos' Rendezvous Restaurant, a family-owned restaurant in downtown Memphis in the alley since 1948.
Campbell Clinic now offers daytime walk-in care, and you don't need an appointment. If you've got any kind of urgent break, sprain, strain, you can walk into any of their 5 convenient locations Monday through Friday from 8 until 4. There's no long wait you have to put up with the ER, and those doctors are really good, but they're not orthopedists. They're not world-renowned orthopedists who have come up with different procedures and written the manuals for them that are used everywhere in the world, and I'm not kidding you. And you can now see those doctors who treat the Tigers, the Grizzlies, the Redbirds. You can see them today without an appointment. And I'm talking Collierville, Germantown, South Haven, downtown at the Med Center, or even the Campbell Clinic Spine Center in Cordova. Now, if you've got something pressing, you got to go to work and you can bear the pain until the evening, there's Campbell Clinic After Hours. That's Monday through Thursday from 5 to 8 in Germantown, South Haven, even Saturday morning in Germantown. If you're injured, don't wait. Visit Campbell Clinic Walk-In Care or Campbell Clinic After Hours.
Got something you want to get off your chest?
You better have a backup plan.
Want to join the conversation?
Someone needs to tell him he has to grow up.
Join us on the First Bank phone lines at 360-8255 or the First Bank text line at 67129. Welcome back to the Peter Edmiston Experience with CJ Hurt. This hour is brought to you by Schrader Orthopedic and Stem Cell Treatment Center, specializing in stem cell treatment for your neck, back, hips, knees, shoulders, and autoimmune diseases. Here once again are Peter and CJ.
We were stretching time like we stretched our pennies.
Oh, this is, yeah, we're kind of expanding the bounds of funk here. It's a little funky, but it's got a little, yeah. I like Max is pushing the boundaries here.
Just stretching it.
I like it. I like it. Yeah.
CJ's got the food.
I do have it. I love it.
Texter 67129 says, Peter, I'm not sure why you're making fun of anybody, buddy. I don't know what that means. I make fun of people all the time.
I think that's a shot.
Oh, it's definitely a shot. I mean, this guy.
Stop making fun of people.
Gonna go at it.
Do it. Text him back.
I don't know. You want me to do it? Oh, you want me to do it? You want me to do it? I'm right here. Let me just hang on. Woo! Yeah. That's right.
Mess with one dairy boy, mess with them all.
That's right. The reason why I'm making fun of people is because sometimes it's fun to do that in jest. I grant that oftentimes people will do that to me, which is okay. Like I said, as long as, I feel if you can dish it out, then you should be able to take it. So I prefaced all my comments about Terry Bradshaw with the fact that I occasionally get belly sweat. I am not the slimmest gentleman.
Belly sweat, though.
Yeah.
Max, you get belly sweat?
No.
Max doesn't have a belly. Come on, Max.
Yeah.
This is really only strictly for people like me and Terry that got a little gut here.
I got guts and don't get the belly sweat.
Yeah. Well, your gut is, well, I don't know. It could be different. Like, I don't know.
I mean, like, look. Like, I got gut right there.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah,
like no belly sweat.
Great for the camera.
Yeah, just all over.
Now we are now PG-13.
Yeah.
You're getting close. Yeah, it's too close, really.
Yeah, next too close.
I think the string just went offline now.
No, it actually didn't. It's up. No, wait. No, yes, up.
This is explicit.
It's
content.
very explicit
This
right
is
now.
Explicit content right there.
All types of belly buttons are
I
out.
thought I forgot about that, but no, we're not forgetting that.
Oh, you don't forget the small things. And that was a small thing.
No, that was not a small
Yes,
thing, Max. Max. Explicit and explicit, that's not small.
So, anyway, point being, if you can dish it out, then you should be more than willing to take it, which I am. What do we hit some good magic?
Yes.
What is it?
That is what we should have. So dairy boys like tanks with like white Speedos that say explicit on the back. That is what we should do.
I love it. Let's do it. Dairy boys for life. We mentioned we talked about.
Is that?
Yeah, you can do that.
Yeah, for this game, the Texas Louisiana Tech game, Texas by 40.
I mean,
Longhorns by 40.
Well, Louisiana Tech has that kind of thing where sometimes they'll catch you off guard. They're that feisty team. They've had some of those sorts of upset, bid, that kind of thing. But I love that we're talking college football.
Yes,
there's a legit reason because Terry Bradshaw is a weird, crazy guy,
and we're not talking
half
good
drunk, and that's love it.
Not talking good college football. It's Louisiana Tech and Texas.
Maybe this is the year. Maybe Texas is the year. This is what gets them over the hump.
Are they back?
Maybe they're back, baby. Texas is back.
We say that every year.
We say it every year. Texas is back. This is the year they're actually back.
I thought you were talking about Louisiana Tech there for a moment. Like
Louisiana
maybe this
Tech
is
is
their year.
back.
I was like, oh, okay.
Louisiana Tech is not back. They haven't been back for some time.
Since Terry?
Probably since Terry. But that was fantastic though. Oh, tremendous.
They were okay with Jeff Driscoll for that one season, I think.
I was like, yeah, I guess they did.
2 years ago.
Gosh.
Derek Dooley.
I forgot he was there.
Year when he was like 4-7 or whatever, 5-7.
Tennessee thought that was good enough.
Oh, yeah. That guy is just terrible. Mike Oresco, for the record, has said that the AAC will move with deliberate speed, which is a phrase I'm not sure what that means. Deliberate speed. Deliberate usually means you're sort of moving somewhat slowly, and speed means you're moving a little quickly. So deliberate speed is a somewhat of an oxymoronic phrase, but that being said, that's what they're doing. Sometimes the AAC does oxymoronic things or just moronic things. But he says they'll have a pretty good idea of our direction by mid-July. So you're still on board with just not replacing them at all and just saying, you know what, we're going to 11 and y'all can just deal with it.
Yep. That is what I am a fan of, a proponent of, and I don't know who you can get to up your brand. You can go at Army, a nice national fan base. That national rivalry with Navy is something that could be alluring to you as well. But let's not act like Army can't get real bad at football real quick. You get the wrong person in there running the triple option, and that does it for Army. So I'm not as high on Army as some are. And if you can get BYU, that will be the best situation, the best scenario for you. But again, you're adding a team. Why would BYU want to do that? Like they've got more clout than you do. Should they go undefeated, they could lay legitimate claim to, hey, we should be in the college football playoff, right? They are one of those types of independents. Mm-hmm. So why would you add them and then anybody else from a football standpoint? To me, it just doesn't make sense.
You're kind of a Ayanla kind of thing, like a Fix Your Life, Ayanla.
Mm-mm.
Okay, she's a lady on Oprah. She's Oprah's like life coach.
Okay,
she says Fix Your Life. What you're saying is AAC is strong, and it doesn't need another. Just because somebody left, you don't need to replace them. You're strong. You're strong on your. You don't need somebody new in your life. You're strong.
You've got your pillars. You've got from a football standpoint.
You're an independent, strong entity. You don't need somebody else. Some raggedy team off the back. No, you don't need that.
Take anybody. You got what Central Florida is doing, what Memphis is doing, Houston.
Mm-hmm.
And you can throw South Florida in there as well. Mm-hmm. And then Cincinnati looks to be on the come up also. So you're fine. You're good.
Did you mention Tulane?
I did not mention
Tulane. There's a reason for that. Go ahead.
But you're fine. What school are you going to add to come in and compete with them?
Brigham Young University.
If you're BYU, why though? Right? Well, you're doing just fine as an independent.
Are you though?
Yes.
You're a little bit on the fringes. You're not. I don't know. You're not
on the fringes of
like being interesting, being notable, being someone that you're BYU's not. They've lost a lot of their luster to me. They're not what they used to be. This isn't Notre Dame. I know they like to be Notre Dame-ish, but they're not.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're kind of like, well, all right, we'll see. I'm not saying the AAC is necessarily the move. I think obviously if they're going to make a move to like a Big 12 or a Power 5, then I think that'd make more sense for them. But I don't know. I don't know if that situation's going to happen for them. So at the end of the day, the AAC is still more of a conference of convenience than it is a legitimate, real conference. Like everyone's kind of there because it's the best they can do and the best thing going. And it's kind of still a hybrid of some old conferences, and it's a little bit of a mishmash, and still looking for its identity, I think, overall. And, everyone in it would leave it if they could, but they can't. So it is along the lines of like it is a mid-major conference. And it's like when when a mid-major team hires a very good coach, that coach is there until
something better comes along, and everyone in the AC is there until something better comes along. But if something better came along, everyone would be out. UCF, Cincy, Memphis, peace, see ya. So you got to factor that in too. And when you're a transitional league, maybe you have to kind of do what's best, for that. And I think BYU might see it as the possibility to raise that profile a little bit and to get themselves in a better position. I don't know. At the end of the day, it sounds like he's moving